Alright, just gonna change scenes for now.
Yeah, I'll get. Wait, this PNG is so good. Oh wait, is this? This is probably what I have on Fugi, right?
Yeah,
that's so sick.
That's yours.
Beautiful.
But
yeah, thank you guys for your patience much again.
I believe,
Saya, what's good? What's good?
I believe the Beige is using a gold chip as the fill.
Oh really? Wait, that's kind of sick.
Let's check. Let's check real quick. No. Haru. It's a Haru Urara.
Oh, it's a Haru. All right, Pog. Yeah, so we'll be with
theme.
Davidge in a second. Thank you guys for your patience once again. We got the VR chat watch party for the Urara Kinen. Wait, that's kind of sick. I know Assertive, I think, is also fighting it out in group number 2. So we'll be seeing a little bit of him in a little bit. I know he's a VR chat enthusiast. Is that Agnes Tachyon in VR chat over there? It is. That it is. Bakshin. Nah, you are in the wrong. You're in the wrong Kinen, dog. You are at the memorial for a different horse. When I posted about the Urara Kinen, someone was like, "Man, calling it the Haru Urara Memorial is crazy when the horse is still alive." I'm like, "Did you read the graphic? Did you see the race that we are hosting this friendly competition on? Like, you gotta go back to the post. What's going on?" Yeah, much appreciated. And while we wait to start, let me look on over at our little spreadsheet that we got going on here. I'll run you guys through the rules real quick. Oh my god, where'd I put the rules? Oh, I put it on the same window as Twitch chat. One sec. Let me open up that tab. Oh boy, spreadsheets. I love a good spreadsheet. Spreadsheets are actually why you guys are going to have such a stellar stream layout. Again, shout out Saya. But yes, we are going to be running this on the Nakayama race course, 2,500 meters, a long race for Haru Urara. Conditions are sunny, the turf is firm, and each competitor is going to be fixed at a great mood. So we're going to have 4 groups of 15 entrants racing, and it's going to be top 3 advancing from each of those qualifying pods. So they're going to be fighting it out once we find our top 3 from each of those, and those top 12 are going to be fighting it out for number 1. So is this only reserved participants, or you can publicly join? So for right now, it is restricted to the people that we already had signed up. It was capped at 60, so we could have an even 15 per each of the matches. If future events do happen, how can we sign up? Keep an eye out. Make sure to keep an eye out on the announcements channel.
Not just the announcement channel, right? There's an entire forum dedicated to events now.
That is true. Yeah, if you guys make sure you're unmuted on the community events forum, that's actually where we have the discussion for the Urara Kinen. Well, we have the discussion for the Urara Kinen in the events Discord VC chat, in the Urara Kinen post itself, and in Twitch chat. So hopefully you guys are enjoying wherever you happen to be chatting in from. Oh wait, I just realized, does Twitch chat have a feed of the VC chat? That's so sad. I was wondering why they knew that Agnes Tachyon was in VC. Now that I look at the screen, very difficult for fighting game players, I understand. Now that I'm looking at the screen, I understand the flow of information back and forth. That's kind of sick.
It's advanced communication.
It's bridging gaps in cultures, just like Uma Global did.
Mic check.
Oh,
What's good, guys?
Oh, finally! Oh my gosh, I cannot
Davidge is here.
believe
Davidge
that
is here.
happened.
No, you're good. Davidge, introduce yourself for the people who are maybe just tuning in or waiting to hear your beautiful voice.
Yeah, all right. I'm Davidge. I'm a mod, and I set up this event for the Urara Kinen. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. And I think we're ready to start right now, actually.
All right, let's do it.
All
So
right.
once again, we have our first pod of 15 folks, so they should be ready and up in the lobby, if I'm not mistaken.
I just got to start right now.
All right, so in our first qualifying pod, we have Wisteria, the Deductor, Ashkin, Dumber, Ocean, Tired, Arcalade, Carlos, Nortfield, Laura, Pixel Buddha, Z Knight, I Handout Crayons, 55, and Talong. So if you guys have any fan favorites for our first qualifier, let us know either in the Twitch chat or the Discord VC as we get to starting.
Hey, we're in our first qualifying room for the Urara Kinen. Yeah, some NPCs. Riven Carol, I see that one right there.
Oh yeah, scrolling on down. So there were a couple of folks in some of these qualifying pods that couldn't make it, so we will be filling those in with the NPCs. But you guys have been training your Haru Urara's time and time again, and of course, getting her all the inheritance she needs to survive on this long distance and turf. Again, something that she, as you guys I'm sure already know, is not naturally quite strong at. But we can take a look through some of the stats real quick before we head on into things. Just get a idea of what we've trained up for the Urara Kinen.
Some really nice stats here. We got Professor of Curvature and Swing Maestro here. We also got 1.5 million CC as well as Ramp Up. So this is a strong Urara. They also have 700 Stam. But the Turf F might be kind of an issue, but they have long A. So that's going to be something to watch out for.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared for, right? Because obviously, you know, the style doesn't really matter too much, right? That affects your wisdom. But what we're really looking for, like you're saying, Davidge, is how much we were able to crank up the aptitude in turf and how much we were able to crank up the aptitude in long. So we're seeing a little bit better on the long side, but at least getting that turf spark seems to be a little bit difficult here. Yeah, we're seeing ratings in the Ds and the Fs, but you know, the absolute value doesn't really matter, right? It's relative to your other Haru Urara competitors.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're looking for maybe at least 700 to 800 Stam here to survive the 2,500 meters. Some skills like Gourmand or Swing Maestro may help, but it's going to be an issue if you run out of Stam here.
Yeah, let's do our best. Also, I see some folks saying, I hope the NPCs don't win. If the NPC wins, I'm sure we'll give it to the closest Haru Urara. We shall see. Oh, this is actually one of the best, turf inspirations or turf attitudes that we've seen so far, right? C in turf is pretty good. Long C is, we've seen some A's and B's, but, pretty balanced as far as this Haru Urara goes.
Oh, absolutely. I think C only gives about like a 10% penalty, so that's going to be interesting to see from here.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. They don't even have 300 stamina. All right. It may not survive the night. I'll be so for real. Oh, God. 286. I see. So we're heading into our first qualifier. All right.
Qualifier
shout out to
one.
Saya once again, making sure that we can keep track of which Urara is which. You guys can see that on the left side of the screen here, in case you ever need to reference which trainer is fighting for their Haru Urara currently.
Nakanama, turf, 2,500 meters, firm, winter, sunny, and it's all great mood.
Someone said, please, NPC win. All right, we got to ban that guy. This is a Haru Urara only tournament. The NPCs are just window dressing for her victory as we pull up here. Again, everything is standardized as far as conditions for all the moods, so one less thing to worry about here as we head into our first qualifier.
Let's hope for no late starts here. Oh, and I think a little bit of late starts, but we're now in the Urara Kinen. Iron Will procced very early. That's not good.
Yeah, just getting it to proc at all is already kind of a miracle, but so early on when you have so much more of the Nakayama race course to go through, not the best if you could be, a little bit more picky with it. But there we go. The NPCs taking the early front-running position here.
Yeah, all the Uraras are in the back here. All the NPCs are actually in the front. There's maybe one trailing back there.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, all the Haru Uraras kind of evening out here as we head into our middle stretch. Trip and fall NPCs. I see a lot of you cheering on the NPCs. Normally I'd be like, hell yeah, but guys, they're getting in the way of Haru Urara's dreams. You gotta cheer her up. Okay, there we go. Finally, a couple of Uraras taking up this front running position.
Yeah, we're seeing some swing maestros, and Professor Curvature is already proccing here.
Yeah, there we go. The influence of Kitasan Black and Super Creek trying to keep Haru Urara alive for this first qualifier as we reach the halfway point.
We see splitting up the pack. We see 13 and 10. I think that's Tired and Talong. They're already stretching away from the pack.
Damn, going pretty far ahead. Yeah, even ahead of some of these NPCs. Yeah, you guys can kind of see it in the top. Quite the big gap here as they're trying to keep up with the NPCs. A little beeline burst, just barely trying to fight for that first place, but last spurt still coming up in a little bit after this final corner.
Might be seeing some of the Uraras catching up to the front right here. Right now, we might be going to the final stretch right now, and we are in the final stretch.
Cool. All right, looking super duper stoked. A little bit more stamina as we head into this final straightaway. Oh, it's kind of neck and neck right now between 13 and 10. So Tired and Talon kind of fighting it out for number one. There are a lot of lengths between them in the beginning, and there's even more lengths between first and second place. It should be the win. Way to catch up. The beeline first for a little extra damage.
And we need to see who comes into third to qualify for the finals here.
Mm-hmm. There we go. The NPCs finally cross the finish line. And, you know, you guys have seen this scene before. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get that last Haru Urara across the Arima Kinen finish line. Let's give it a sec.
There we go. Maybe one more.
Oh my god, there's still... Okay, I wasn't sure if there was still one more behind it.
All right, 10, 13, 8. So that was Tired, Talong, and Pixel Buddha moving up to our finals.
Ooh, okay. So that is our first three qualifiers. So again, a reminder for you guys on the rules. 4 qualifying groups of 15, and the top 3 move on to that final race. So we have our first top 3. So unfortunately for the rest of our competitors, they are going to be heading home, but that does mean they get to cheer on their fellow Uraras from the stands.
And congratulations to our top 3, and I'll be sending you guys to the finals.
Just second? I mean, second still gets you into finals. Maybe it's not that first place, but still, that fight between first and second was pretty close up until that final stretch where, okay. Yeah, that acceleration definitely ended up gapping a little bit. But we still have 3 more qualifiers to go. So up next, in our next qualifying pod, I'm going to read out the list of players. So you guys let me know if you have any favorites. We have Seto Kaiba, Suzy, Vanny Horse, Stony, .ptb, Imp, Aki, Diane Hatter, Juby, Stellar, Leaf, Sax, Amok, Riven, and Assertive. So that is your next pot of 15 here for the Urara Kinen qualifiers. Take a shot every time one of them says Urara? But you guys can do that at home. I don't know if I'll survive the evening if, we end up doing that over here on the Urara Kinen commentary booth. I joined for funsies. I mean, that's what Urara was here for. So I think you got the spirit of the competition already.
Okay, now I think we're into qualifier room 2, and then actually we're ready to race right now. Actually,
let's do it. Oh hell yeah! Let's take a quick look through some of the stats. We don't have to look through everyone, but we can take a quick peek. We saw some definite standouts in the previous ones. Okay, C and Turf, being long and pretty solid stamina too. This is good. And with swinging, but there's a lot of stamina.
Yeah,
on the
there's
line here
actually some really good stats here. As well as Swing Maestro, Professor Curvature. Basically, I think this one can win.
Yeah, who's Urara is that actually? Is that
Sax.
That's Sax's? Okay. I see. All right, this is Stony's Urara. What we got? Oh, okay. C and E. The long is rough, but the speed is solid.
Yeah, so hopefully the straightaway recovery and the Swing Maestro can help them to reach the end here.
All right, let's see. Up next, we got who are we skipping through to? Is this Leaf? I see some Leaf fans in the Twitch chat for sure. So pretty solid on stamina. C and Turf, C and Long. This is like a balanced build, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Professor of Curvature, Swing Maestro. those are the meta skills. So
Exactly.
I think we'll see a lot of the best Uraras carry those.
This is Assertive's Urara. So we have the Professor of Curvature, like you said, coming out from Kitasan Black, but no Swinging Maestro here. So maybe not able to balance both the Super Creek and the, Kitasan Black. But we do have a couple other stam recoveries, so hopefully that'll keep them alive. All right, heading on into it, our second qualifier. Once again, finding our next 3 qualifiers into that final stage.
I think what's interesting is in this race is that we have 14 late surgers, so it's going to be kind of interesting how the position keep will affect this race.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's like a full pod basically, right? 15 or I forget if we're doing a full 18, but either way, it is definitely a pretty packed racetrack here. So we'll see how blocking ends up working out, and we'll see how the strategies end up shaping out. So we head into our second qualifier. Look at them; they're so happy to be here, man. Yeah, wait for the crowd, Urara. This is your time.
All right, so we start for the second qualifier. Let's hope for no late starts here. And it was a pretty good dispatch.
It's so even. Oh my god, it's like a full line of Uraras, but an NPC does slowly make her way to the front here. 1 in that end closer position as well, but otherwise, it's 15 Uraras in the middle of the pack here.
That's gonna be interesting to see.
You guys can't see it, but in the Discord VC chat, someone has a framed picture of the I'm J2 flame beam. Anyway, Iron Will popping for one of the Uraras.
So we see one Urara, I think, doing end closer, so that'll be interesting to see if they can make it all past all these late surgers and late in the race.
Yeah, there we go.
See
Lots
some
of acceleration
props,
picking up here. A couple
air.
stamina, yeah.
We see some Uraras already moving to the front here.
Is this the first 3-star Urara we've seen as well? I feel like we've seen the default idol outfit from Qualifier 1, but there we go. Angie's taking the lead. I mean, there's love in this trainer's heart, I gotta say. Still trying to catch up to the NPC, though.
All these swing Maestro procs coming in already. I saw some Professor of Curvature.
Oh, there was one in the last race, but they're in the way back. All right, sometimes 3-star and all the love in the world isn't enough to win the race. You know what I'm saying? But it's looking like a pretty even distribution of the Uraras here. We got Urara, Haru, Urara, Urara, Haru forma del gym outfit, Urara, Haru on the Arima Kinen, that NPC, and then one more Urara in the back, just holding it down.
All right, we're approaching the final corner here. It's very even pack right now. I think it could be anyone's game right now.
Yeah, they're all kind of hugging the inside rail as well, right? So I feel like blocking is going to be a little bit rough if you don't have the power to escape, but even seeing some of the stats, no.
You see what? Pulling out this number 1 Sax, the favorite. I don't think anyone's catching up.
I got 4 all the way in the back. Number 1 trying to secure that number 1 spot. It's 10 lengths. It's 11. It's a distance unsurmountable, and the velocity up in the final stretch just to put a little more mental damage. There we go. I was going to say that's the end of your second qualifier, but we still got one more Urara to finish the line after these 2 NPCs.
It'll take her some time.
Yeah, we'll wait. It's okay. We got all the time in the world.
Any moment.
It's okay.
There you go.
There we go. Wait, is there one more? Okay, there's not. So thankfully, almost all of the Haru Uraras beat the NPCs. I see you guys cheering them on in the chat, and normally I would love the positivity, but we got to give it up for the shining star of losers everywhere, still holding it down and beating down the NPCs. So our next 3 qualifiers are Sax, Juby, and Leaf.
Congratulations to the top 3, and I'll be sending you to the finals room.
All right. NT to the rest of the gamers, but that is some more Haru Urara trainers sent into the spectator booth. So we have half of our qualifiers for the finals now as we get our second room match, or third, rather, room match ready. Let me go check over on our little spreadsheet that we got. So next up, our next 15 players here for qualifier number 3. It's Omoy, Trifector, and Stealthy, Piffy, Kamui H, and Lily, WRM, or Worm89, Ava, and Jude, Swar, Westfrost, and Iggy, and Lexi Feather, KP, and Benja. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. NT Gamers. Hopefully, this is only the first of some of these fun little novelty, brackets that we got going on here. Urara Kinen with only Haru Uraras on, a track that maybe she's not naturally suited for, but anyone can learn to gap, as it were. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas for future events, of course, it does take a lot to try and organize on the back end. So a big shout out to Dabbage and the rest of the folks organizing the Urara Kinen. I'm just sitting here pretty on the commentary desk. They did all the planning work and the hard work, so make sure to give them their flowers. But if you guys have any ideas or anything else you want to see in the future as well, make sure to let them know so they got some cool creative juices flowing.
All right. I think we're good for qualifier room 3. And we got it on the screen right now. Oh, see a Turf A, long E here.
Damn!
Pretty decent stats.
Good.
But there's no Professor of Curvature or Swing Maestro, so we'll see how this works out for them.
Okay. All right, let's see Benja. All right, stamina is pretty decent. Turf on C, long on D. Not too bad, not the best we've seen, but we got the Kira-san Professor of Curvature skill as well.
Absolutely. They have non-standard distance, so that may help. They have 4 white blue skills. So we'll see if those proc during the race.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, scrolling down, skipping a few. We don't want to reveal everyone's cards just yet. All right, let's see. A little rough on Sam, but, the turf definitely hurts, but Aeon Long is solid.
Absolutely. They have rough, fresh air, corner recovery, shake it out. So we'll see how that works out for them. Hopefully they can survive the race.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're set for qualifier 3.
He said B+ with Smart Cookie. Yeah, she lives in the library. Are there Filipinos here in the event? There's a Filipino on commentary right now. Hello. There you go. Someone said, I don't like Tagalogs is crazy until I realized they're from Cebu. But these Haru Uraras are straight out of Japan once again on the Nakayama race course. 2,500 meters for this Arima Kinen as we try and find our next qualifiers into the finals. Cebu is the heart of the Philippines. Yeah, and Haru Urara is the heart of Japanese horse racing. Lock in, buddy.
All right, ready to start. Let's hope for no late starts here. And we're off. Maybe a few late starts, but otherwise an even dispatch. We got center stage already procking for a worm there.
Yeah, there we go. NPC is kind of taking the middle of the pack right now. Definitely a standout front runner coming out from number 5 in Ava.
Once again at the beginning, so that skill is not very good, but it can help. It's a stamina skill.
Exactly. Procking early when you've barely used any stamina is not the best thing in the world, but getting it to proc at all, we'll take the small victories where we can. Ava said, yeah, why am I in front? I thought that was the plan. Is this not the game plan you're going for?
Well, we'll see. I think being in front might help here, actually.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, we're seeing the Professor of Curvature procking. Swing Maestro is coming in as well. The pack is fanning out. There's a huge length difference between all the Uraras.
Yeah, oh my god. The distance from first to last definitely showing itself a little bit here. Of course, we got the Spectator Urara in number 15, but even excluding that, right, there's quite the distance right now between our front runner and then the folks in the back. All right, panning out here. We're about to come up on the final corner, so we'll see if there's any room to catch up. It's looking pretty bunched up towards the front, actually. There's a lot of distance to cover between number 5 and positions number 14 and 13, but I don't know, man. See like 4 or 5 Haru Uraras just waiting in that pace chaser position to try and make their move.
Absolutely. Some of these Uraras catching up to the front here as we head into our final stretch, and it's still Ava in front.
There we go, our final corner. We've been trying to hit that top speed, but there's quite a few lengths, especially with that velocity up. It's going to be difficult to try and make up the distance, but the acceleration only gets better. Number 16 trying to make it through. Trifecta cannot close the gap.
Oh my goodness, Ava front running and winning this race.
There There we go. But I didn't keep track of number 2 and number 3, so we'll have to wait for that end results scene to see. I mean, number 16, Trifecta, was doing a pretty good job, and I think they secured that second place, but I got to check back and see who we got in number 3. The little jog across the finish line gets me every time, man. We got all the time in the world. Haru, Urara. There's no rush. Well, I guess that's the whole point of a race, but it's okay. There's no rush.
All right, rounding up our top 3 is Ava, Trifecta, and Peefy. So congratulations. I'll be sending you to the finals.
All right. Nice work, everybody else in qualifier number 3, but you're sent to the spectator stands. We got to find our last folks knocked out in our last qualifier. It's qualifier number 4 coming up next. So you guys let me know who you're going to be cheering on. Our next players and our final 15 fighting it out for these final spots. We got Gyum, Soul Orions, and Esh. We got Bastion, Soryo, and Trollketty. We got Senzawa. This isn't a language that I cannot understand, so I plugged into Google Translate. Apparently, it's Ogre Capfan and Delta Stream. We got Toxinka, Onbi, and Jude. And pulling up that last 3 spots here in qualifier number 4 is Allegor, Eden, and Yeye.
I think we are set for qualifier room 4 and our last qualifier before the finals. We'll have that up soon.
Mm-hmm. We'll be there in just a second. Dude, okay, so I saw this picture when you tweeted it, and I'm not going to lie, I retweeted it, but I am also not a knower of that character and the one that you matched up with Kai. I'm sure when that scenario drops, I'll be like, you were a genius and a visionary this whole time, but I'm with the rest of the global bros when I tell you, I'm waiting on this one. Jury's out on this one.
Okay, we're in qualifier 4, our last one. And we're going to look at the lineup here. Okay, we see Long C, Turf D, Professor of Curvature. They have also 1,500 CC, so looking like a pretty good Urara.
Yeah, a couple of wet skills as far as recovery goes. Not the worst thing in the world here. Should have some ways to try and keep up with the pack. Oh, the name does not even fit on the line. So this is Ogre Capfan. The stamina's looking a little rough is the first thing that I noticed.
Oh, absolutely. We have C Anby, Long B, Turf E. They got Swimming Maestro. Rushing Gale is actually a pretty interesting skill to go with here.
Yeah, build up a little bit of speed. You got a couple ways to try and keep that stam up. We talked about Iron Will being a little bit inconsistent, but we'll see if that's going to be enough. Now, Swing Maestro coming up here is 700 stam, and C Aptitudes and Turf and Long is, we'll see. Should have you at least middle of the pack.
Oh, it's a very solid stat line.
Yeah.
And I think we're ready to go.
Let's do it. Our final qualifier. Once again, qualifier number 4. Let's see who can secure those last 3 spots in the finals. You know, sometimes I think about the localization team having to, like, basically redesign the graphic design of the logos.
Yeah,
now that it's in English, it's so sick. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that was so cool. I did not expect them to redo all those graphics.
Yeah, right?
To our final race, we got Bastion, number 1 favorite. Tosinka is our number 2. Okay. And then Arima at number 16.
Our neutral spectator, just trying to make sure no one falls behind too far. Curse of late start, you. That is crazy. Let's see.
I think that was a pretty even dispatch, and now we're off.
Not too bad out of the starting gate. NPC and one of the Uraras trying to take that first place here. All right, slowly fanning out. One front runner Urara, but a lot of them just kind of staying in the middle of the pack right now.
So this number 2, Allegor, is pulling ahead right now. Okay. I think they brought some runner skill, so let's see if their strategy works as a front runner.
Yeah, how long is it going to be able to hold on, right? I mean, Pace Chaser and Front Runner take quite a bit of stamina, and especially on, Arima Kinen on this long distance, if you don't have the stamina skills to back it up, it might be a little rough. But, hey, we just saw a Front Runner take first place in one of those qualifiers, so can't count him out just yet.
Absolutely. We see a pack of Uraras behind the Front Runner here. I think they're all Pace Chasers.
God damn. 4 Swinging Maestros in a row. Professor of Curvature. We got some stam. We got some speed. We're still halfway through the race. We got a lot to go.
Absolutely. Might see some straight skills procking here. Well,
Yep.
we're past our swing maestro and our professor of curvature skills. So let's see what happens here.
There we go. So bunching up in the front right now, we have number 2 on Allegor, we have number 6 on Bastion, and Tokusinka on that number 7 as well. But definitely very bunched up. It really could be anyone's qualifier right now because those pace chasers are all the way on top of each other. This is the first debuff I feel like we've seen, or actually the pink. That's not purple. I don't know. I actually can't remember if that's a debuff. But as we head around the corner here, velocity down for a couple of these Uraras.
Bastion overtakes number 2, and 7 is catching up to 6 as we run on our final corner, and it's 2 Uraras in front.
Oh my god, 6 and 7 fighting it out for that first place. Are we going to be able to hold up the lead? I mean, these are some of the closest distances that we've seen in the qualifiers coming around in the final bend. Super duper stoked, but I'm stoked to see. Okay, velocity up, endurance restored, but is the stamina going to be enough? We're pulling ahead. Number 6 on Bastion, gradually opening up the lead. You're still looking for top 3, but that number 1 would be great. 6 and 7 cross the finish line, but we got to find who made it into that 3rd place.
Absolutely. I think it was the 10 and Anby who snatched third there.
Yeah, let's go check it out. The NPCs just chilling in the back. They're like, I'm not built for this Arima Kinen stuff, man. They can't even remember our names, let alone vote us into the Arima. All right, let's double check this final leaderboard here to see who took those final 3 spots in our last race. Alrighty. Yep. First place, we got Bastion. Second, Tokusinka. And third is Anbi. So those are our final qualifiers for the finals of the Urara Kinen. So we got one last race for you guys. Our qualifiers are all done and dusted. And now we got our final 12 waiting to head into this last room. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying the action, but we got one more race for you guys before the night is over.
Absolutely. We just got to wait for some of these top 3 to get into the lobby. So...
Last race? No. I mean, eventually the Urara Kinen's gonna end. We gotta find a number 1 at some point. But again, if you guys have been enjoying the Umamusume PvP action, whether it's been live horse reaction, whether it's been Carrot Cup, or of course, whether it's been the Urara Kinen, again, make sure to show your love to those tournament organizers who have been, setting everything up for you guys to see this fun Umamusume, friendly competitive action as well. So shout out to Dabaj and the rest of the team for setting everything up.
Absolutely. I hope to hold more events like this again. It was really fun to set this up. Maybe in the future. But I don't know. Thank you guys for joining. I didn't expect this response.
Yeah, everyone was super excited. I feel like the initial 60 slots filled up so fast, and then I told people, oh, this is going to be streaming on one of these Fridays. Hopefully you guys can come through. And the amount of people that were like, Jatsu, can you get me on the wait list? Jatsu, is there any chance there's more slots? I'm like, okay, it is definitely full. I don't know anything about the wait list, but you guys can check it out in the Discord, and that wait list was definitely popping. So hopefully you guys are excited for any upcoming events as well. And thank you so much for tuning in as we set up our final match.
Yeah, I think we're waiting for 2 more people. We're waiting for Anby, and trying to look to my list right now. And Pixel Buddha. So we're waiting on those 2.
All right. Just waiting for our final competitors for this final race. I have to start building some for future events. I mean, what have we had so far, right? So live horse reaction was a long race, if I'm not... Carrot Cup was medium. Actually, wait. Was that the other way around? No, Carrot Cup was medium. And now here we're having the Haru Urara only Arima Kinen. So, I mean, there's so many other Umas, so many other distances that we got to run. I'm sure someone is going to run, a sprint bracket at some point. So maybe get those Bakshins ready. We shall see. We shall see. Play Bakshin. I requested that in my club's jukebox, and then I got an angry ping from one of my club members, and they were like, at Jatsu, what the hell is this, dog? And I'm like, bro, you see those plus 19 Umazings? You're in the minority here. We're jamming out. This is a good song. I am amazed. I feel so amazing.
I think we're just waiting for one more Pixel Buddha, so hopefully he can hop in.
Cool. Yeah, we'll see that in just a sec. I'm catching up on the Discord chat as well. I feel so Legend Changer. I feel so Bakshin. So for those of you guys who either played on the JP servers for quite some time, or you're familiar with some of the songs from, the JP server and you're waiting for them to be ported over in the global scenarios, do you guys have any songs that you're excited for the rest of global to see, or for the rest of your homies who maybe started out with global but don't really know any of the future content yet? Anything you're excited for them to see on the horizon? Speed, power, stamina. You already know. Tucker is so.
I think a good one would be Legend Changer. That's one of my favorite songs. Oh my gosh.
The expressions on it are so good. Also, what they do with the choreography with like the standing mics is like very fun.
It's crazy. I love that NV. Especially when they go to like the announcer. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Oh my god. The custom voice lines, they're actually so good. The way the announcer says Japanese superstar for Cesario, like it lives in my brain forever. It's like actually iconic.
I think another one that we should be getting soon is Blow My Gale. That was with the Haru Cup scenario. I'm excited for that one.
Blow My Gale. That one's so good. That's the one with like the massive fans on stage as well. So like the choreography is like very serious, and then I see them just getting like, destroyed by like 1 million CC fans. I'm like, this is so sick. Man.
Yeah,
this is so good. I'm seeing Miss Victoria as well, dude. There is some like Miss Victoria is already a really like good song, but there are some like standouts on an already really good song. Gimlet Miss Victoria, like I fell to my knees the first time I listened to it. It's so damn good.
Casey, what scenario are you excited for to see in global?
So I'm like excited derogatory for Mant because I've heard so many curious things about it that I want to experience it for myself, right? Like I've been too positivity slop on Twitter. I want like a scenario that's gonna like break me down to my core and just have me being like, man, maybe this Umamusume stuff isn't all cracked up. It's all it's cracked up to be. Like, man, it's really just breaking down my spirit. That's what people are saying it's gonna be like, and I know very little about it, other than that you just race a ton. So I want to see it for myself.
Yeah, man is it's a different scenario in the way you play it. It's kind of like you're focusing more on your turn choices and just waiting for like good turns to do stat training.
Okay.
I think honestly, the one scenario I'm waiting for, I think, might be I think I'm waiting for Project Lark because I think that's a very interesting one. I think a lot of global fans will like that one.
Okay. I do like the winning lab that comes from it. I've only heard it a few times, but I'm a big fan. It's very royal, very elegant.
Oh yeah. Okay, we
I'm
might be
so
starting without Pixel Buddha.
Okay.
We haven't heard from them. So
as it goes. One less Urara and the Urara Kinen, but that's how it goes. Part of the competition is making sure that you're able to pull up on time. But I know depending on the time zone, it can definitely be a little late for folks. So maybe they made it through the first qualifier. They're like, oh, I'll set an alarm for the finals. I'll be good, and then just ended up sleeping through it. But unfortunately, we will be having one less Urara in those finals, but we still have 11 fighting it out for the title of number 1.
Absolutely, and we should be starting very soon for our finals.
7. I'm awake the whole night. It's nearly 7 a.m. I was like, oh man, I really gotta stay up at midnight Eastern Standard Time. You guys are the real troopers, man. I don't have anything to do until 1 p.m. tomorrow, so I got all the time in the world. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. We have one last race for you, and we're getting that ready in just a second. So hopefully you're excited to close it out with us.
Absolutely, and we're about to be ready to run the finals. Just need one more moment here.
Watching from Asia is a blessing for this reason. Is it like noontime there? I'm trying to think. If it's like 13 hours plus, it's probably like right in the middle of the afternoon there. But we have our finalists here. We have Envy checking out the stam requirements that we got going on right now. Eon Turf, Beyond Long is pretty good, and we got some solid skills as well in the loadout.
Absolutely. We got Bastion, who won one of our qualifiers. 717 stam is pretty good. Corner recovery, straightaway recovery, and they also have the Professor of Curvature.
Yeah, we got a lot of white skills for recovery, so hopefully not too bad on the stamina end. But let's see Juby. So just about 700 stamina. D on Turf. S on Long is pretty good.
Yeah,
and
wow.
Professor.
I don't think we saw that one initially.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's pretty good. Long S. Crazy.
All right. No wonder you made it in. All right, let's see Tired.
Okay, last speed. They have both Beeline Burst and Professor of Curvature. Also have Corner Recovery and Straight Recovery.
Okay. Couple of white skills to try and stay alive. Stamina perhaps a little bit on the, mid to lower side, but you should be able to stay alive. Speaking of, the stamina only gets lower, so Trifector, E and Turf, 450 stamina, but A and Long is pretty solid, right? And we have a lot of, recovery skills to try and round things out here. And of course, we're probably going to be seeing Professor of Curvature on just about every Urara.
Absolutely. And then we have our one here, 786 stam, Swinging Maestro, Passing Pro, Extra Tank. They should survive, and we'll see if Professor Curvature can carry them to the victory.
There we go. So that was Sax. Then we got Leaf. Pulling up 600 stam, C and Turf, C and Long, so pretty balanced. But we have both Professor of Curvature and Swinging Maestro. So those already put you pretty solidly in the middle of the pack.
We have Tosika, Swinging Maestro, Deep Breaths, and they also have Firm Condition, so very high power on this Urara.
All right, that's Toxinka. We got Ava as well. 500 on the stam. Not too great on the turf aptitude, but C and Long and pretty solid on the skills. Again, Professor of Curvature, Swinging Maestro. Not too bad.
And then we have our second to last one with both Professor of Curvature and Swinging Maestro. Extra Tank, Slick Surge, and also 1.5 million CC. That's a hard skill to pronounce.
Yeah, right? All right, and our final Urara fighting it out in the finals. We got Talong. Again, okay, wait. We saw 286 stamina, and I was not a believer. So we have some stamina white skills here, but I'm gonna be so for real. I thought you were gonna fall to the back of the pack and perish at the end of the Arima Kinen. The fact that you made it this far is already a testament to mankind's determination. There's Umakind, sorry. I'm putting this one on the wrong species. But those are our final competitors here for our last match of the Urara Kinen.
Absolutely, we're getting ready to head in.
Dude, someone with 700 stamina cannot beat someone having fun in the Arima Kinen. That's what I'm learning today, apparently.
Absolutely. And ready for our finals. Nakayama, Turf, 2,500 meters long, right, inner, winter, sunny, firm, great mood between 11 Uraras.
Let's see it. Also, the fact that even though they all have the same mood, they're rotating through each of the different little animations of the waiting in the paddock gates. It's so good, man. It's the little details about Uma that you learn about every day that just make it so fun.
Absolutely. Our number one favorite, Sax. Number 2, Bastion.
Mm-hmm.
And then our spectator, number 13.
Yeah, let's go! Let's go to match!
All right, we're set.
Alrighty, starting off our final race. Any late starts, question mark, as they head out of the gates? Nope, pretty even on the start.
Yeah, pretty even dispatch as the NPC goes forward here.
Yeah, there we go, taking that front runner position. Even the NPC that we have in the last one almost has Haru Urara's hair. That's her in an alternate timeline, I guess, with the galoshes and the neon green. Taking up the front runner position. Number 1 falling to the back, but otherwise the pack pretty condensed here in the middle.
Absolutely. We see number 5, Juby, 6, Tired, and the 2, Anby, in front of those Urara packs. Very condensed pack here for the Uraras.
Oh my god, it's only getting closer too. Look, they're bunching up. It is going to be impossible almost to get out of the back here. The blocking is going a little insane, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not trusting the power, the wit, the curvature, the swinging maestro here as we come around one of these major corners.
Absolutely. In the second corner, we have all these Professor Curvature and Swing Maestro procs coming in. Soon we might be seeing some straight line skills being procced here.
Yeah, there we go. I'm seeing 10 up in the front there, so that's Toksinka. I'm seeing 13 with Talong, but it's hard to tell the rest of them, right? They're a little bunched up in the front.
Absolutely. The pack is spinning right now, but we have 4 Uraras at the front, maybe 13, 10, maybe 7, and then one of the blue gates, 4 and 5.
Yep.
As we pass the 1,500 meter mark, we're heading into the final leg here.
There we go. Yeah, Talong and Toksinka kind of tied for first right now. Endurance coming up a little bit as we take a slight lead, but still got a little bit before that last spurt.
Absolutely.
And coming around the bend, the ults are popping.
Yep, and we see number 10 front right now, but it might change. It's very close right now.
I'm seeing Toksinka. I'm seeing Saxon Leaf fighting it out for second place as well. I see some blue that could be Bastion or Juby, but number 10 currently in the lead. Toksinka just evening out the pace, but the acceleration from the back is not enough. Toksinka!
Oh, Toksinka!
Your Urara Kinen champion!
Wow, what a race. Oh my goodness.
There we go. And of course, we got to wait for every Haru Urara to cross the line. Even if it's finals, we wait for everyone before we start celebrating and popping off. But, man. There we go. And a smile and a wave to everybody who pulled up here for the Urara Kinen. But as these leaderboards show, once again, your champion for today is Toksinka of the Urara Kinen Grand Finals.
Absolutely. What a great race. Leaf in second and Juby in third. So very close, but a very good effort from them too as well.
Yeah, it's cool to see, especially as we headed into that finals, right? A lot of those qualifiers, you know, the positions seem pretty static throughout most of the race. Maybe fighting a little bit for second and third, right? But, you know, in general, that first place really had a big lead in a lot of the qualifiers. But, of course, taking the top 3 of every single pod, it got so close and down to the wire in our finals, so I couldn't have asked for a better finish, and I couldn't have asked for a better audience as well. So, again, thank you guys for stopping on by. That was the final race that we got here for the Urara Kinen.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for Saya, Bestie in Slot. Make sure to follow them on Twitch and on YouTube. And thank you so much to Jatsu for commentating.
Hell yeah. Thanks you guys for having me. Much appreciated. I'm hanging out here with my FGC homies, but they were kind enough to let me borrow a laptop and a little space in the back of the ballroom here. They were like, all right, don't tell anyone, but you know, you can do your little Uma commentary thing on the side. You have fun as long as you're up for work tomorrow. I'm like, I got you. But Davidge, thank you very much for having me on the mic. And again, thank you to Saya and the Bestie and Slot team for making sure that everything was big, chilling on the back end as well. If you guys liked the stream, the way things were set up, the way that you got to see 60 Haru Uraras fighting it out for number 1, again, give all of your flowers and all your love to Saya and Davidge for setting everything up. And thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. And thank you to our winner, Toksinka, for winning the Urara Kinen.